called Yatu Vibes right on Prime TV. And every edition is very, very, very different. And this edition, we want to get to dive into a conversation. Someone that I've always looked forward to have on this edition. And some of you, huge follower of Zambian music, she's not someone who's new. But for some of you, Bajamet Kambati, what generation do we call this? Not Gen Z. Gen Z means
Millennials.
Millennials. Some of you might not understand. But some of us we do understand. Even the time that she worked or rather collaborated with Chef 187, the songs were super big in the country, Zambia. And in case you're watching this from diaspora, pay attention. Check out a brand new song. She has a brand new song that we should get talk about later, right here on today's edition. Our today's guest is Roxy in the studio.
Thank you.
Is it wearing or putting?
Yeah, it's wearing.
Okay. Wearing blue.
We're twinning today.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Like every time when you about to start your day, do you start your day with an agenda saying this is the mood I am feeling?
Regardless of the mood, the majority of my closet is black. So it's black all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't dress by the mood. I just, if it's available and it looks good, stay.
How are you doing? Great having you on Prime TV.
Thank
First time
you.
having you right here.
Thank you very much.
There's a question I asked you. I want you to be honest. What have you heard before coming for this conversation about me? I want you to be as honest as you can be.
Honesty is the best policy, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was told, ukode aloma moyo alitumba. Alitumba manoya. Alitumba, he's rude. Elo, he's very rude.
Yeah.
So ukode ine. How do you just throw your friend under the bus? Who the hell hooked me up with this interview?
But what gave you courage to say, let me still go?
And they all ran away.
Yeah?
Let's go. You got this.
Okay. But why did you show up despite that?
I had to show up.
Just give it a try.
I was like, yo. I mean, it's not good for business. Let's just go.
Let's just go. Yeah. So let's talk about your stuff, your music. Like I mentioned on the intro, you're an artist that I don't think I'm the only one who has been asking, or maybe, people will just stop asking and they'll just be wondering, saying, where is this person? Where is she? Where were you?
I was waiting for you to land. I've been around and away and around. I've been at school and pursuing certain things, and I'm at a point where I can't fight it anymore. I'm like, you know what? Since I'm done, Nefi, let me just go back to my music and see how things will go from there.
Okay. So what were you up to?
I was at school. I was at school for some time, and then I worked for some time. I went back to school. Actually, me coming back to Lusaka, I had to come to school, did a bit of school, and I was like, I can't find the nerve to go back because so let me just be here. Yeah, that's how I stayed here, and the rest is history. Yeah.
You were born from the Copper Belt. Okay.
Yeah.
Kwisa kulwansha.
Mpongwe Mission Hospital.
Not kumpata matwa.
Nafyalira mu Mpongwe Mission Hospital. Nafyalira, and then from there twayakulira kumbi.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is something that you feel like someone who, like some of us, I myself have never been to Luansha, Ndovwafi, but for someone like me that needs to know, saying growing up in Luansha, anyone that is watching this conversation, they will relate to say, this is how it feels to be born in Luansha, just growing up from there.
In Luansha is like, you know how it is at grandma's house. Everyone is there. Everyone. Your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles. That's how Luansha feels, like grandma's house. Like everybody knows each other. We're like a huge, big family in there. Everybody knows everybody's business. It's this small. So growing up there, it was nothing fancy, really. It was just like a normal thing. If you're normal. Yeah, people there, we all know each other, so it's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for me, the town is a bit stagnant. The life is the same. So you're like a little goldfish, swimming around the same bowl and think you're moving miles and miles away. So when you're raised there and you grow out of there, it's a relief because then I feel you're challenging yourself to go beyond what Luansha is.
How about the music? How did it all start? What's the
Yo,
story?
music. Gosh, not Kotagansh. I'm looking back and I'm like, yo.
You know, some of us, sorry to cut you, but I fail to agree with someone who says 2012 can be 9 years or 11 years ago.
It is what it is. It's just safe for everyone to call you uncle. What's your problem? No, uncle.
Like, I know I'm not just the only one to understand, because the time that Higher or Unbeatable songs were dropping, it was like it was yesterday.
Yes, we were the ones calling people auntie. Tables have changed now. Now to call her. Look at you quoting years, dinosaur years.
And when you're about to board a bus, then the conductor is calling you, say, "Imo wanko mwenda gut." Just
like,
not saying.
Okay.
So let's again find out. I even forgotten. What was the question again? I don't know what I was even asking. Yeah, I was trying to find out.
The music, the whole music thing, how it started. Basically, I think it's my dad who knew I could sing before I knew I could sing. Yeah, but professionally, it started with Tonny. That's when I started going like pro, being committed. But the first big studio that I recorded from was Music Factory, from Tony Breezy. And for him, we just bumped into each other because we're from the same town, same side of town, same schools. They're far away from each other, but Luansha girls, Luansha boys. Yeah, so we were pretty much in the same area. He bumped into me. He's like, I'm with, Music Factory now. But I knew that already because he had already produced big songs. Yeah, so he invited me over. And that's how I, started recording with him. And I bumped into Shafi. Well, through Tony, of course. Yeah.
So you were never friends with Chef 107?
No, I didn't even know him like that. I just knew him as a celebrity. He was the new celebrity on the block. Everyone was crashing. Who wasn't crashing on 187? What? His song, I'm a rhyme.
Were you one of those also was crashing on
and when I say everyone, look, I'm not special, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, I love your honesty. Okay, so when Tony told you, did he tell you saying you're going to record with
No, he didn't. He just said, BT, Vikamo Ves, Lemba Ves. And back then, I always thought everybody wrote their own music because that's the only thing I got. Lemba Ves. Nobody ever came to say, oh, Nindemba Kadefi. No, it was like, put a hook, write a hook. And so I wrote it. And because I was a huge hip hop head, still am, it was so easy because the beat was so bouncy. And I thought, oh, this is it. It's like, it's too long. I'm like, let's just try it. So, following day, I came through, my star invites Nakambi, and Shafi walks in. He was, because I'm short, so he's like tall. And I'm sure he didn't see me because, when your vision is over here, you're not really focused on what's here. And I was there.
Yeah.
So he just passes, like, you said she's going to be here. Where is she? And he pointed behind him and said, no, I'm Pitidiroyo. And so when he looked back, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. No, it's all right. It's okay. And that's just how we got acquainted and started working together. Yeah, on that project.
Okay. Yeah. So if you could turn back the time back then and now, is there something that you regret in your life you feel like you didn't take advantage of?
In the music industry?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't ask questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I asked more questions. And if I asked more questions, I know I would have gotten a lot of different answers, but that's where, as a child, you're raised to differentiate good from bad. You would know to say, I think this. I really wish I did.
Like what type of questions you wish you would have asked?
I think this music industry came at the whole me and Uno's collaboration came at a time when I was very lost as a kid. So I narrate if into film. But then I wish I asked how this whole thing works, how the whole business works. Because for me, I'll just show up at the studio Naimba and then I'll go home and I'll be fulfilled. I didn't know, no one sat me down and told me the technicalities. So it's not only shows, you can actually make money from this. You can get an endorsement. I didn't know all these things at all. Yeah, but if I asked, I'm sure. I'm sure. But then even if I said, I wish I asked, I didn't know what to ask. So
Are you now asking questions?
I'm the question myself.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
am a curious. I
Yeah.
am very curious. I'm a very curious young, well, not so young lady anymore, but I'm very, very curious. If something bothers me, I will put it out there. I refuse to drag my low self-esteem that I probably had way back with me. I'm at a stage in my life where if it concerns me, I want to know. Yeah.
What question would you ask the industry right now? Since you ask a lot of questions that you feel like you don't have an answer till now.
Whew.
For the love of the Zambian industry and for the growth.
What will it cost to what will it cost to just want an industry that wants to grow together and not individually together? Is it making sense?
Yeah.
I feel like our friends have stepped a milestone from us because they grow together, not individually together. They know to say, if I take one for the team, this bunch will benefit, and I can only run up to this much, and then this one will take over. Run up to this much to cover for this until we are all under the same umbrella. We don't have a name. It doesn't stand out anyway. There's a lot that stands out in music in Africa. I wish Zambia was one of the top 3, but no, it's not. Because we want to grow individually together. And I think if you do things together, you do it faster and you go a longer way. It's like relay. But if you do things to say, you find that but then what's the point? Because the point is to spread into other borders. But it's hard. It's really hard because we're self what do you call it? Mpaka feni ne what you want me ne. Uyunga te ngana mwafu ako nevi kuti anchira. No manganchira ni shinne wane mwafu ile. It's not always supposed to be like that. You help, her win is yours. You feel good, you move. We're too few to be,
There's this thing that I've always perceived as you, as a female artist who's in the industry right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure the public would agree with me. The guys would agree with me. I've always thought it's easy for a female artist to make it in the industry compared to a guy because you tend to receive favors a lot. Production, making it. From you as a female artist, from you, I would like to find out, because we have about, what percent do we have of female artists doing well in Zambia?
It's even sad to try and take a wild guess because it's 0 point something percent. We're very few, and the fewest are the ones who are standing out. From the few, the fewest are standing out. It's not everyone that's excelling to the point where we can even compare ourselves to the guys. It's dominated by males. The whole.
Why do you think it's the case? And we hear that women, the population is higher than the men.
You said it's easy for us to get favors, and how though? Sorry if I may ask, what do you mean so that I know exactly how to answer this?
I just don't know, but I know the public know.
No.
It's
Well,
very easy. Someone was even giving an example last
how?
time, saying, not someone, let me even mention the name. When they in the interview with Coppola Pastor,
Yes.
some people know him as Stan from way
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
He said, I picked on my wife to manage my music because I used to have difficulties. I, of course, a company to say I have a business proposal they could not accept. But once they hear a female voice calling and saying, I need help with A, B, C, D, things have started going well.
Did he mean that in a spiritual way or
There's how when you're an artist, your manager is a female. It's a different thing.
Well, honestly speaking, my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time people hear a female is heading a certain thing, most males who are in charge up there would rather take that because, I mean, she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's a woman for different reasons. Some it's because of the sex appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Some it's because maybe they're just really smart. Some it's because maybe they're just lucky. Some it's because they can actually do their work efficiently. They're very, very different reasons. For me, I don't think it's really easy, especially in the entertainment business. It's not for any woman because, like you say, it favors. Just for you to get exactly where you want to be, you have to jump bridges or jump hoops, fiery hoops. You know, there's. I'm speaking on behalf of other women. We really do go through a lot in that area. I'm not saying everybody, but from what I've seen and what I've heard firsthand, it's always like that. For you to get something good, you have to have something good to offer. And if you can't, then you start being a struggling artist. It's really, really hard when you have to do things by the book. It's very hard. And that's where Taba serious you. Wow, no, she's not serious. I'm just trying to do things by the book, but by the book has so many protocols and so many qualifications that you need to go through. And talent is never enough when you're doing things by the book. It's never enough. It takes a lot of, you have to work 10 times harder. You have to research 10 times. Everything is just like 10 times harder because you're following the way it's supposed to be. But if you've got favors thrown in, things are easy. It's not everyone that accepts it. Yeah.
Let's talk about your brand new song that you're here to talk about. Something that I want to find out from you.
Yeah.
Yes, the song. Is it your story? Were you drunk when you guys were shooting that video?
Yes, when we were shooting the video, I was drunk. Yes, I will confess, I was drunk. I didn't say, "Oh my God, I'm going to get drunk for the video." No, that was a prop. It was a prop. Babi Kapadia, everything was set up, and then the chemistry was just not chemistry with the script and the cameras. You see, you were told to act a certain way. Yes, you can, but it's just not. And so when expressing those lyrics, you're sipping, the next moment the room is turning around and you're like, action, they're like, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. That's and they're cheering and you're like, oh, I am really drunk actually. And I didn't even remember half of the shoot. I actually saw it when the video was done. I'm like, wait, what? I wore a red jacket? What time did I do this? And they're like, we love the video. It came out exactly the way we wanted it. That encore way, you were dead drunk and it came out right. I was happy with it. And I wasn't worried because, I mean, the team I was working with is family. So don't worry. No funny business.
No funny business. Nothing to worry about. But since you're back now and you have guys that are helping you, a team of guys that are helping you. It's a story for another day, but I also want to find out you collaborating with these guys also. Like right now at the state where you're moving right now, what's the agenda that you're pushing? What do you want to achieve?
We are really, 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 really focused on the brand at the moment. we really want to make sure that it's out there. We want to rebrand. We want to just do everything to take us to the next level. Yeah, so at the moment, I really can't say, bit by bit to say what it is, but all I can say is we're just really focusing on growing and improving the brand. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you want to tell your people that miss you too much? They're watching this conversation and they're excited to see you right now on TV
Okay,
screen.
no problem. So, as you already know, this is Roxy, and I would really appreciate it if you guys went to check out my new single entitled Umuti. It features Vincenzo Mbale and Triple M, the Rap Show Valley. And yeah, it's on all the streaming platforms. So please get streaming, subscribe, and just enjoy the music because it's beautiful music. It is.
Yeah? You have to give us a cuff. What is it? A capella? Like a shiny? Just to throw it back. I should give you a beat.
Wait, okay.
Anything that you feel like you can give.
Give me a beat.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. I can't. I can't. A cappella.
Anything that I've done?
Yes. Okay. Anything that you've done.
The new one then.
Yeah.
Okay. Uwalwa wabango muti bulantalalika kumuti maine ganai wukishobu chushi ubunchinge sansa Uwalwa wabango muti ulantalalika kumuti maine ganai wukishobu chushi ubunchinge sansa. Thank you.
You guys go check out the song. The visuals out.
Yeah,
Ish, man. I thought it was only Vincenzo.
Also, you're waiting for that part.
Yeah, I thought it was only. Yeah, but thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you so
really
much.
Appreciate. Looking forward to have you as well. Have more conversation.
Thank you.
And more greatness.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there's more greatness coming. Definitely.
Yeah,
don't
amazing.
worry.
We're back next week with a different guest right here. But for now, let's check out Roxy's brand new song right here on Prime TV on Yatu Vibes.
Mweleza uchinde kuno